I'm noticing the role of storytelling and myth making, and under how we work with the unconscious is a lot related to myth too. If you think about Carl Jung or Joseph Campbell talking about myths and symbols, and I think about this as these different parts work or NLP I've experienced a little bit too, of giving us ways in to the unconscious, which isn't, the conscious is in a way not noticing or is not investigating. Like these are ways of, do you see it this way too, of ways of researching ourselves in a way, or a way of uncovering who we are beyond our ego, I think is another way to put this. Does that resonate for you?
Oh, I love that. I'm going to start using that. Researching. Let's do some research on ourselves. Cause that's exactly what you're doing. Something that I love to talk about is imagination and creativity. We are, as kids, you're so creative and life is everything is infinite and exciting and new and you're curious. And then the world, adults somehow beat that out of you. And that's really sad because imagination and creativity is the language of the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind can't talk to you in English. It talks to you in pictures. It talks to you in feelings and sounds and smells. And a lot of times we as adults are so quick to say, no, that was just, that's my imagination, whatever. Like that's not anything that's real. But when you actually take the time to slow down and listen to what your imagination is saying, listen to how your body's feeling, you're really able to access a new level of understanding about yourself. And a lot of my role as a facilitator, as a coach, is to give people the permission to have an imagination, to give people the permission to be creative with their mind and how the different parts of themselves present themselves, or how you interpret the world around you, how you work with myth and symbolism. Because once you're able to kind of step out of that fear and that rigidity of being creative, it opens up a whole new world of understanding that is so rich and beautiful and colorful, and often involves lots of fun cartoons, at least for me. And it's a really interesting way to look at the world. And I think it's surprising to people who haven't done a lot of this work to allow that imagination to come in and allow that to be part of their experience and not judge it.
Yeah, use that word surprise and not judging. Seems to be it's been important for me around that. I think putting the judgment to sleep for a while and getting tuned into the surprising creativity inside of all of us. The answer is already inside us. So often it really feels like all these different modalities we're talking about are ways of creating space for those other parts, those other voices inside of us to come up and not be suppressed anymore and have their time in the sun.
Absolutely. That is spot on, Jake. And what I love about what you said is exactly what I love about my job as a coach and as a doula. And that's my job isn't to give my client the answers. It's not to tell them what to do. My job is to create the space and use the tools that will allow my client to find the answers within themselves, because everybody has those answers if you are able to slow down and take your judgment hat off and allow yourself to access that state.